Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Azarda Playbook, Emery Hunt, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you Week 3 coverage of the NFL season. Chicago at Seattle, and we know what Jay Cutler finally brought to the table is a comeback win, which they're raving about in the Windy City. How do they get on a 2-game winning streak? Tough place to play, Quest Field, but it's a huge injury they have. That's a fractured rib by Hasselbeck. He's questionable. If Seneca Wallace has to go, a lot of dynamics of the game change. So, up in the air. His status is up in the air. What are your 3 keys to victory for the Bears?
Keys to victory for Chicago is number 1. You want to get after Seneca Wallace. Even though he's a new quarterback, he's a seasoned veteran, and he can move the ball with the Seahawks, but he's not Matt Hasselbeck, so the offense will take a step back. So that's going to allow the Bears to get that pressure on Seneca Wallace and play a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, what they want to do, and make Seneca Wallace beat them by trying to take away Julius Jones and that rushing tackle, Edgerrin James, as well. 2, you want to look at what the Bears do on offense. They use their tight ends now. They were able to find some tight ends. Desmond Clark was out last week. So keep being balanced. Use all your targets. Johnny Knox is emerging as a star. He's going to be a really good receiver for Jay Cutler and the Bears. And the Bears have some speed on offense. They're going to play on that fast track out there at Quest Field. So you get Johnny Knox out there. They got to play fast. That's the 3rd key. You got Hester. You got Knox. Forte has some speed to take a distance along with power. So you look at those. And on defense, you already know that defense is a fast defense. This could be, one of the worst matchups of the week against in the NFL because of that speed that the Bears has on offense and on defense. So they have to play fast. They have to, disrupt Seneca Wallace timing, and they also have to utilize all their targets on offense.
Well, granted, they did play in their first 2 games 2 good run defenses, but they're 31st with Forte and rushing. Their O-line needs to come together, and I think it will. Got to watch out. 7 sacks for Seattle in 2 games. But Seattle, they gave up 207 rush yards to Frank Gore last week. Chicago's going to have some success. Cutler, that'll open it up for Cutler. Earl Bennett, he's going to be his man. Greg Olsen will step up. How can Seattle avoid the 2-game losing streak at home at Quest Field?
Well, what you have to do if you're Seattle to avoid this home loss, you have to slow the game down. You have to get more involvement with Julius Jones and Edgerrin James. They have to play a huge role. Also on defense, you want to get after Cutler. Cutler showed he can be rattled if you move him out of the pocket. But the one thing that can, and Seneca Wallace is going to have to get rid of the ball quick, because one thing that can defeat a quick pass rush is a quick release. So see where you want to go with the football and get it out of there as soon as you see where you want to go. And offensively, you have to protect up front. The Bears rush up the middle, try to create those double teams with those guards in the center, so they can free up those guys on the outside with Alex Brown and Agunlier on the other end, on the opposite end. So you have to protect inside out against the Bears. With that said, though, I like the Bears because they play fast. And Hasselbeck was here, then it posed a problem for the Bears. But I think the Bears are able to neutralize what the Seahawks want to do by taking away their running game and putting pressure on Seneca Wallace.
The Bears' defense will be all right without Urlacher. Lovie Smith looks like I think this unit is much improved. Tommy Harris, Alex Brown, Agunlier, Lance Briggs, and the secondary is pretty good. Last year it struggled. It's back on track. Even without Urlacher, they'll still put it together. Jay Cutler is going to get his 2nd win. I like the Bears also.
And the Seahawks have a lot of injuries that they have to get over. Hasselbeck and on defense as well
Leroy
too.
Hill.
And Tutupu is another guy that's hampered. So this doesn't look too good for the Seahawks.
Not a good time for Jim Mora right now. He needs to rally the troops, find ways, but it's not going to be this week. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.